And what is up, all you YouTube viewers and YouTube fans? It is me and yours truly, Brandon Murphy, here on YouTube, as well as you folks may know me from my Twitch channels under Brandon the Yellow Koopa and Brandon the Mandalore 37. Remember them all, folks, so you have to at some point, some which, some way, somewhat, and of course, folks, somewhat. And today, folks, it is time that I discuss, react, and review to you all SMG4's newest video. That I'm sure we all know and already, folks, recognize. Once I find that son bitch, anyway. There it is. Anyway. And that video that I folks saw, so I'm about to discuss, react, and review to you all today is, as I already mentioned and said, SMG4's newest video. And because my browser is running slow, I'm gonna have to, folks, pull it up from my phone and tell you folks the name of the video that I will be discussing, reacting, and reviewing. And that video that I'm about to, folks, discuss, react, and review to you all is SMG4's newest video called A Very Unlikely Friendship. So, I guess, folks, with that being said, as Mario would say, folks, if he was here right now, he would say something like, folks, let's go, woohoo, and all that. So, yeah, let's jump to it. So where does our video begin? Well, it's, folks, kind of obvious that, Mr. Puzzles has gone haywire. In other words, it's like, oh boy, he's gone mad. He's got lots of power. Jafar, get yourself a rectifier and get grip. And all that jazz. And that's when Mr. Puzzles had a devilish idea. A most dreadful, devilish, and yet so evil idea that it might or might not, folks, work out for Mr. Puzzles. But anyway, as his devilish little idea was having something to communicate with this character that we folks seen from the last week's video, where Mr. Puzzles was talking to Mr. Weapons, of course, and if you folks still remember that last week's video when Mr. Puzzles made a deal to Mr. Weapons about fixing Mr. Weapons up, and say Mr. Weapons bust Mr. Puzzles out of his solitary confinement before his sentence is carried out to a different place that we folks just seen today called the Death Box. Then, yeah, maybe they can help each other out. But, instead of helping each other out, and I can understand why now, folks, the title is called An Unlikely Friendship, because in this episode, it looked more along the lines like Mr. Puzzles and Mr. Weapons both arguing against each other, while this purple pinkish gloob or blob had an idea as well, but it's not what Mr. Puzzles or Mr. Weapons was thinking about. And that idea is having this purple pinkish blob inserting a blob inside Mr. Weapons just to make Mr. Weapons feel better. But before all that, Mr. Puzzles had a phone call from Maggie saying that Maggie will be Mr. Puzzle's lawyer, but on one condition and condolence, and that is Mr. Puzzles can't do any bad things. Mr. Puzzles can't be mean to people, period, or at all. Which I wish, pray, dream, and even bet he doesn't go ape shit against us Inklings, Octolings, SMG4 in the gang, and many, many more. So, yeah. Because, let's be honest, nobody wants to be in a death box. The death box is a pit. Will be a nightmare to remember. But I think the million-dollar question still remains, folks. What is this death box that Pauline, that we folks, well, no, not Pauline. What was her name? Something from Donkey Kong Country. I think it was Paulina or something like that. I don't know. But she folks announced that. She folks announced on Mr. Puzzle's television set that Mr. Puzzles will indeed be in the death box. That we folks still not sure what it is or what it's even about. But so, back to Mr. Weapons being fixed and all. So after this purple pinkish gloob or blob fixed Mr. Puzzles up, that's when Mr. Puzzles told Mr. Weapons that that we can't just be roaming about for free or go on a wild goose chase. We gotta do something first, and that is meeting Maggie and SMG4 and the rest of the gang and blah 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 and PPPPS. Which I know where this is going, folks, and it is not gonna end well for it is not gonna end well, folks, for it is not gonna end well for well, pretty much anybody. And by anybody, I mean it's not going to end well for SMG4 and the gang. It might not end well for Maggie. With seeing Mr. Puzzles or Mr. Weapons being good guys and all. Hell, it might not even be, it might not go well for even yours truly, me, Brandon Murphy, here on YouTube. Also known as, you folks may know me once again from my Twitch channels, Brendan the Yellow Koopa and Brendan the Mandalore 37. So, but we'll have to see, we'll have to wait and find out next week, folks, just to see if we're gonna have we're gonna see some good in Mr. Puzzles and Mr. Weapons, or we're gonna see some bad and ape shit coming from Mr. Puzzles and Mr. Weapons. So, don't spoil it for me yet. But I think the moral lesson of the story is that Mr. Puzzle should stay in solitary confinement, but don't put him in a death box, for who knows what would be happening inside that death box. And finally, Mr. Weapons should just stay as he is. Having no weapons, I mean, he can have some legs, he can have so on and so forth, but his arms, man, no. We can't have his arms be filled with guns. Or as an engineer would say, look, son, I'm an engineer, and that means I solve problems. Not practical problems like how to take care of your loved ones and everything. No. We're talking about, son, and buckaroo banzai problems like how am I gonna get these mother hovers out of my business and behind? And the answer to all that is having Mr. Weapons and his guns. And if that don't work, use more gun. And you best wish, pray, dream, and even bet, buckaroo, banzai, that Mr. Weapons is not pointing his guns at you. And yes, folks, I'm pulling that Meet the Engineer reference up because that's what Mr. Weapons would be like. A sentry. A frickin' level 2 or level 3 sentry that wants to kill everything and is not all geeky. I mean, personally, I would prefer Mr. Weapons just have regular human being hands. Like, if we could just find... And this is why, folks, I'm saying if SMG4 in the game would brought back my boy, my home dog, my home deal double G and all, One Shot Ren, that Maggie folks remembered, then they could transfuse. And that's right, folks. I'm bringing up another reference, and that is Dragon Ball Z reference, where, and get this, and this is just my thinking or idea, if Mr. Weapons teams up with fuses with One Shot Ren, then they could be a complete new set full of things. Like, Mr. Weapons will have One Shot Ren's human body. No more of this Mr. Weapons being a and instead, Mr. Weapons will be a human being, just like yours truly, me, Brennan Murphy, here on YouTube, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. But once again, we'll have to wait till next week. So once again, folks, you know the drill. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel or don't. Like my channel or don't, since I folks can't compose, control, and or possess based on your guys' actions, opinions, options, you know, all that good jazz. And last but not least, send me positive comments, but don't send me spoiled comments. Don't send me even any bad or inappropriate comments, because if you, and just folks, please send me positive and not so spoilish comments. Because if you don't, we'll find out, Sid. We toys will see everything. So let's all play nice, let's all have fun, and most importantly, until folks next week, or maybe folks tomorrow, for Alex Spider's newest video, depending on when it's gonna be. I am yours truly, folks, Brennan Murphy, here on YouTube for the third and final time. Well, okay, no, for the fourth and final time, sorry. Here. But I am also, folks, as you folks may know me from my Twitch channels, under Brendan the Yellow Koopa and Brendan the Mandalore 37, saying to you all goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen, Francois, sayonara, and all that jazz. And as the band Puya, for those that are not familiar with the band Puya, they sing that hit single and even made an album called Fundamental single, folks. Keep it simple. Alright? And with that, folks, I am done. I am out ski. I got stuff to do. And many other things like reopening Steam since I didn't have my soundboard or sound pad ready to go and all. Alright? So, bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.